Thank you, Chris. Classical music lovers, get ready. St. George's Cathedral has partnered once again with the Royal Canadian College of Organists Kingston Centre to host the Great Bach Marathon on March 21st. There, Kingston organists, violinists, pianists, choirs, and more from the KCCO and the Dance School of Drama and Music will perform works by Johann Sebastian Bach in an all-afternoon come-and-go style event. With us to shed light on this uplifting event on the first full day of spring is Fran Harkness of the Royal Canadian College of Organists Kingston Centre. Thank you so much for joining us here on CFRC, Fran. It's such a pleasure to have you with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell us about the college and its activities, the Royal Canadian College of Organists Kingston Centre.
Well, the College of Organists in Kingston, it's formed to offer support to organists who play in churches or people who like organ music for that matter. We try to encourage young organists, and in the past we've had a number of workshops called Tools and Techniques and how to conduct a service in a church and what sorts of music to use. We sponsor concerts. We did a Bach concert in the fall this year. That was really interesting. It was a Bach, but there were beautiful photos of space. And so he called it Bach in space. And so as he played the music, we saw various planets and star formations, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
Anyway, that's the sort of thing that we do. And this particular program is to offer one scholarship of 10 lessons to a beginning organist, to someone who's interested in playing the organ with a qualified teacher. And the qualified teacher will be from the RCCO.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So tell us more about the Great Bach Marathon that's coming up on March 21st. What is this event?
I started it I think this is the 7th one. And we started it because we were inspired by a program in Ottawa that was doing a Bach Marathon, and it sounded like a really fun thing to do. It didn't just spring out of nowhere. People have been doing Bach festivals for hundreds of years. But this is a particularly fun one because anybody can play in it. You don't have to audition, you don't have to pay a fee or anything. I send out an invitation to the world at the end of the year, and then people just volunteer to play. So we have people from all walks of life and all ages. This is the 4th year at St. George's. It started out our first one was at Chalmers, and we paired with Systema and donated the money to Systema that year. The next year was at St. Andrew's Presbyterian, and then a year at St. James, and now we're at St. George's.
Wonderful. And so for this year, the event is free, I understand, but goodwill donations are absolutely encouraged. Can you tell us what those donations might support this year?
Well, the money will be divided between the music program at St. George's, so that will enable them to buy music, and they have a junior choir. It may partly go to that, but for the portion that goes to the RCCO, it will go directly to a scholarship for a young organist who is interested in playing the organ. We usually have a few every year who apply. They're usually about 5 students taking beginning organ lessons every year, and this scholarship gives the money to one of them. There are also scholarships offered from the United Church in Perth and various other organizations. The Catholic Diocese also offers one.
Thank you so much. And now, what do you hope that attendees will take away from the Great Bach Marathon this year?
Well, I hope that they will take away the enthusiasm. I hope it will be catching of the performers for their instruments or their choir. It's usually a very joyous event. It's not adjudicated, it's completely voluntary. And people do it because they love it. And I think that shows through in their performances. So I just hope that people take away a really positive experience from the music of Bach.
And now finally, Fran, how can people learn more about the college, the Great Bach Marathon, and any other future events you might have coming along, and also scholarship opportunities?
Um, the scholarship opportunities are offered on our website, which is kingstonrcco.ca. But you can probably just Google Kingston RCCO and you'll find the website. Also, at the Bach Marathon is advertised on the website as well as other activities. We have a really great person who's actually a pharmacist who's also an organist, and he's doing publicity for us. And so he's publicizing on Instagram and on Facebook.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing so much with us about the Great Bach Marathon. Have a most wonderful day on March 21st. Thanks for joining us, Fran.
Thank you very much, Dinah.
And thank you again to Fran Harkness of the Royal Canadian College of Organists, Kingston Centre, for joining us to chat about the upcoming Great Bach Marathon at St. George's Cathedral, running March 21st from 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. This is a come-and-go event where admission is by free will donation. Back over to Christina Laurie and the CFRC News team with more in local news.